guys. I just had to get a glass of water. Alright guys, so do you guys know where you are? You're tuned into the greatest video game program of all time. And I'm your host, Bithead1000. So what's up, chummers? That's a little nod to Ryan right now. He was going through some of his Sega Genesis games, and one of the games was Shadowrun. And boy, did that bring back memories. Shadowrun, what a great game. That's a game that I would only play at night. It had that kind of vibe to it, that kind of, I don't know. There was something about that game. I didn't even know how to play it. I didn't have the instruction manual for it, so I didn't know how to do the computer part, where you hack into the computer. I didn't know how to do all that. But I would just go around collecting money, and that was one of the first games that had this feeling of real vastness about it. Like you could go anywhere. You know, there were no rules. You're shooting people in the streets, and you know, you could get your ass handed to you in the streets if you were in the wrong part of town and you didn't have the right equipment. So yeah, Shadowrun. If anybody's into picking up a good game for Sega Genesis, Shadowrun. This has like been the longest stint that I've had without doing a video, and that's because things are kind of dry. Things are really dry. Thrift stores have just been completely. I don't know what is it like. What is thrift store hauling becoming an Olympic event or something? Because I see people. I see people with games sniffing dogs in the thrift store. It's crazy. I get nothing but scraps when I go to the thrift store. I don't know what people are doing. I know people are hitting big because I see like the remnants of stuff. Like I saw a Final Fantasy, I think it was 9 for PlayStation, but it was like somebody swapped the discs out of it. So I know stuff is coming in, but I'm not getting it. And as far as Craigslist is concerned, people are treating Craigslist right now like an eBay store. They're buying video games and then they're selling them individually with individual ads on Craigslist. It's completely destroying Craigslist. And I understand because eBay, eBay would sell aborted fetuses if they knew they could make a dollar on it. I mean, these parasites, they rape you when you try to have an eBay store. They hit you final sale fees, listing fees, storage fees so you almost don't blame people for doing that on Craigslist, but Craigslist is hammering. And the last 2 Saturdays, garage sailing is just like completely dry. I mean, I've been on a motorcycle. I go out from 8:30 in the morning till 12 noon. Probably I rack up about. I set the mile dial on the odometer. I rack up about 55, 60 miles on the motorcycle. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I've just been coming up completely dry. I'm like desperate to find games just so I can make a video here because I don't like to be away from the channel too long. I don't know. It gets to me. But I gotta give a huge shout out, man, to this guy, Saddam Todd. And this guy, I don't know. He shouted me on one of his videos, and my subscribership just went like through the roof. I mean, I don't really network too much on YouTube, and I noticed that's how you gain a lot of momentum with subscribers and whatnot. But this guy, I mean, he gave me a nitro injection, man. I mean, completely just jump started the show, and to be honest with you, I mean that really helps. It gets me real enthusiastic because sometimes I don't think anybody's watching this garbage. But so big shout out to Saddam Todd. I mean, The guy's got a fucking rockin' show. He's just a good guy. I mean, you watch his show. He's my kind of guy right off the bat. He's got an awesome show. Not that I can help him out at all, but he really did this show a solid. So you want to help him out, go over there and check out his show is awesome. So let's get to the marrow here. Let's get to the marrow. I was on Craigslist and I saw a guy. He had advertised 35 3DO games for $80. Now, 3DO games, I don't find them anywhere. I don't see them. Forget about a 3DO. The system itself, yeah, I don't see it anywhere. 3DO games, I don't see them anywhere. So I was saying to myself, 35 games for $80, that doesn't seem too bad. But I don't got that kind of bread to throw around. So I shot the guy an email. I told him, if you can't get rid of them, you got $50 from me for the games. And sure enough, a couple days later, he gives me a ring on the phone. I left my phone number. He gives me a ring on the phone. If you want the games, they're yours for $50. So I said, okay, great. And not only that, he was willing. He's up around Konkoma. He was willing to meet me halfway, which is like another huge bonus because that's pretty far away from me. So yeah, so we met at the 7-Eleven here, and this is what we got: some 3DO games. And let me tell you something. This is exciting for me. My buddy Charlie had a 3DO growing up. I never had the 3DO, but if you were around when 3DO came out, man, 3DO was serious business. They wanted like $799 for it, and this was like 32-bit CD, CD-ROM. I mean, this thing was smoking, and it was kind of like out of everybody's league, and then it kind of disappeared like that. So, but my buddy Chuck had one, and it's a pretty neat system. So I was real psyched to find some games for it, and man, this is some load of games. Let me show you what we got. I'm going to try to run through them pretty quick over here because I don't want to bore anybody to death. We got these games, like I'd say it's like 70% of the games are in the box. No, out of the 35, only I think 5 of them aren't boxed. Okay, we got Super Wing Commander here. These boxes are kind of big. I don't know how they're showing up on the camera. And there's like a case in here. And these games are in stellar shape. Stellar. Okay. Hold on a second. Super Wing Commander. Virtuoso. Trying to get an idea how these games are packaged. I guess they just have a CD inside. CD case inside. I don't remember the 3DO games too well. Alright. We got Space Hulk here. So all these are kind of different here. Space Hulk. Kind of looks like a Doom game. We got Dragon Lore. Return Fire. I remember playing this game. It's a pretty neat game. Okay. Demolition Man. Myst. Okay. Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger. This one is heavy. Why is this one so heavy? Oh, it's got like 4 discs. That's pretty neat. Okay. Stellar 7, Draxon's Revenge. Total Eclipse. Immersionary. You know what kind of sucks about this? Now I got to get a 3DO. I got to find a friggin' 3DO. Some of these games look pretty wild. I've never seen most of them. Stalker VR. 360-degree air combat simulator. Shockwave. Road and Track presents The Need for Speed. Jurassic Park Interactive. Seal of the Pharaoh. Okay. Mega Race. Off-World Interceptor. The Daedalus Encounter. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. Guys, please let me know if any of these games are any good or you know, which ones you guys like. Here we go. Shockwave, Operation Jumpgate. Return Fire, Maps of Death. I'm guessing that's a. Is that like a? What would you call that? Like an upgrade, like an add-on? Okay. Guys, look at this. This is probably, not knowing about any of these games, I have to say this is probably the game I'm most excited about. Look at this, Star Control 2. You guys ever play Star Control for the Genesis? Treat yourself. Treat yourself to a game of Star Control for the Genesis. I used to have that game and I loved it. I loved it. That's a pretty neat game. And we got Rise of the Robots. Okay. So, let me put these down. Put these over here. This is probably not the way to stack your 3DO games because they're made out of cardboard. The boxes are cardboard. Okay, and we got some Lucy's here. We got FIFA International Soccer. Flying Nightmares. Putt Putt joins the parade. Okay. Guardian War. John Madden Football. There's another FIFA Soccer. Another Shockwave. We got Battle Sport. Wing Commander 3 Heart of the Tiger. Play Guide. Quarantine. And Foes of Ali. I guess, a boxing game. So yeah. So I mean, you know, being that I don't know. I generally consider 3DO games to be rare, and I think a stock of 3DO games like this, you know, in the boxes and whatnot with instructions, and the games are in very, very nice shape. I didn't think that was a bad deal for $50. I was willing to throw 50 clams at that. So there you have it. Now all we need is a 3DO, but we'll find it because, you know, that's the nature of the show. I mean, we'll find it. So anyway, Binhead 1000 here, and we'll see you guys next time.